This is by Educational Ideology, which is from the EDU224 module from Vision to Reality. During this module, I've been able to explore several ideas and concepts that contribute to educational styles, which inspire my own ideology and the type of teacher I wish to be. While studying this module, a lot of ideas and concepts have caught my attention and made me really think of what I deem to be the best ways to not only teach a lesson, but to make children learn better in a happy environment. Every concept in education has varying and various interpretations, but perhaps none more so than ideology. Ken Robinson is someone who has hugely impacted my own ideology. I believe, as does Robinson, that creativity is truly important and something that all children should be encouraged to explore and not to dismiss it for what the school believes to be most important. It can also be proven that creative lessons are just as effective at gaining high-level success rates. Students from low-income families who took part in the arts at school were 3 times more likely to graduate from higher education than those who did not. Creativity is not just for art or drama lessons, it can be used throughout school to make subjects more interesting or help others learn information better if it is taught with a creative flair. If someone tells you they cannot read or write, you don't assume that they are not capable of reading and writing, that they haven't been taught how. It is the same with creativity. However, this factor can be forgotten about by schools who only provide lessons in a traditional format. This traditional format of compulsory lessons, taught with the teacher talking from the board with children sat in quiet rows or tables, is used widely across schools, as it is just what everyone is used to, but it doesn't necessarily mean it is better. In my own opinion, I deem this notion to be extremely important, as every child should have the option to be creative if it is how they learn best, and it should be encouraged as much as academic lessons in school. The Montessori ideology influences me in a variety of ways, one being the notion of the children being more hands-on in the classroom to stimulate the learning and encourage working independently, but to also consider that other children may not benefit from this method and to provide those children with more structure. Montessori teaching strategies are based on the idea that given a developmentally appropriate learning environment, children are capable of teaching themselves by selecting activities of interest and investigating them. Children should enjoy learning and feel confident in their development and respect each other's learning styles. This will boost their social skills as well, and not to feel stupid compared to others. It is important to appreciate and recognise your own strengths and be proud of that, and also to respect everyone else's strengths as well. In Montessori though, it is almost unheard of for a whole class to be engaged in the same activity, or a teacher to address all the children at the same time. This means that the children can get on at their own pace with less pressure to complete activities or tasks at the pace of their classmates. During my own education experience, this was not a concept that was practiced widely. However, it was then I felt had less pressure to complete tasks quickly, but at such a high standard and level compared to my classmates, as when I did not complete it to the high level of my peers, I felt low. To provide less stressful lessons, this will mean that the children will gain confidence in their own abilities and not feel pressurised to have a certain intelligence and be grateful for their own. I believe that it is crucial to not smother a child in rules and regulations, as it can make them less inclined to participate and feel motivated to learn, as they'll wonder why they must always partake in certain lessons and not feel happy about it or have a choice in the matter. Throughout the Montessori method, the element of freedom throughout lessons is very evident. It is important to appreciate a child's interest and motivations and to trust this instinct that the child has. And by providing a wide range of materials for a child to experiment with, they will evidently gain more skills in a variety of areas. Thus, as a child gains more knowledge, the child also gains more freedom. Robin Alexander and Guy Claxton both touch upon the point that dialogue and communication is a very important talent to have, and especially in education, as it helps build up confidence and social skills, which is very important in later life. Attention should be given to ways of improving the quality of classroom talk and using it to stimulate and challenge children's thinking. This was not evident throughout my learning as much as it should have been, as I am quite a quiet person, but I was never encouraged to speak out and be confident enough to lead groups or work with new people. You need to respect a child's voice, or they may not come back to you again for help or advice, meaning they may struggle along in lessons with no confidence to put their hand up and ask for support. For communication to work, it has to be genuine, two-way and timely. You need to know that your opinion will be, at the very least, listened to. Throughout Steiner education, it is highlighted that the teacher is a lot more involved in every lesson and activity. This will promote the children to ask the teacher any questions, as they won't feel intimidated by a teacher sat seriously watching their every move from behind a desk. In my opinion, a teacher should join in at every moment possible. It will create a more memorable learning experience for the children, which will undoubtedly improve their desire to come to school and learn. In the Steiner approach, the role of the adult is not to instruct, but to be a model for the child to imitate. The children will also respect the teacher a lot more if they are not shouted at or constantly instructed to do tasks in a certain way. Overall, the main key points that influence my own educational ideology are the promotion of creativity in lessons, more freedom in educational decisions for the children, to highlight the importance of communication and dialogue in lessons, and finally to encourage teacher participation in lessons as well. I hope to practice all these factors of my ideology in a classroom of my own one day.